3 amazing ways to flirt with an attractive woman. There cannot be attraction without flirting. It just doesn't work that way when you face to face with someone. You can be the greatest guy on the face of the planet, but if you do not know how to flirt with a woman, you will immediately be discounted or sent to the friend zone. And if you're watching this video, chances are that this has already happened to you and you are ready to learn how to steer clear of this in the future. Hi guys, my name is Apollonia Ponti, and I am here to tell you about 3 amazing ways to flirt with an attractive woman. I totally get it. When you meet someone super attractive, it's really easy to overthink the situation and have a tough time flirting with her. But I want to tell you something that will make you feel a bit better. Most women are bad at flirting, and I mean it only comes naturally to some guys, and for the most, it's a learned art. But that's where I come in, right? I want you to know that flirting is totally and completely something that you can learn, and that is actually a lot easier than you probably think it is. And no, it's not about pretending to be someone you're not or somehow tricking a girl into finding you attractive. Also, it's not restricted to a certain age group. For some reason, a lot of guys think that flirting is restricted to young guys, but that's just simply not true at all. Age cannot matter less when it comes to flirting. It's about knowing what to say at the right times and how to highlight your best qualities and how to exude confidence naturally and magnetically. So I know you've been in situations where maybe you've met a girl and she's just so gorgeous that you find yourself struggling to figure out what you say to her. So you're either super awkward or super nice. And niceness is great and all, sure, but this is what gets guys in trouble because then they get friend zoned when they miss the mark on flirting. So in today's video, we're going to really get into a few different ways that you can really grab her attention without trying too hard. And the best part of it all is that the more you do it, the more natural it will feel. And before you know it, it will be second nature. Plus, the sooner you set a flirtatious tone in your interactions with her, the better it will be. We want her to associate you with positive, playful feeling as soon as possible because this sets the tone for the dynamic between the both of you. So, before we dive into this video, I want you to take a moment, if this is your first time visiting, to click that subscribe button. As you know, again, my name is Apollonia Ponti, and I am a dating, relationship, and life coach for men, and I help men master their attraction skills and take things to the next level with women and within their life. And I have thousands of proven testimonials of the work that I do, and I love what I do. So click that subscribe button, and to all my subscribers, thank you for being a loyal subscriber, and I'd love to hear from you. So don't forget to comment below as well. Okay, so let's jump into it. First things first, there is no flirting without the proper body language. If you want to flirt with a girl, then you're going to need to be confident and charismatic, and her first impression of you is going to be visual. So my number 1 tip begins with adopting the right body language. Make sure that you have your shoulders back, you're standing up straight, and you look at ease. If you're approaching her with your arms crossed, eyes fixed on the floor, and your back hunched, she's going to read that as you being someone who is maybe uncomfortable with yourself or with the situation, or worse, someone who doesn't want to be there. She's going to see that you're not confident with what you're bringing to the table, and that sets you up for failure. Instead, make eye contact when you're talking to her. Don't cross your arms over your chest. Just remind yourself you're there to have fun and that you're in a positive situation. You're talking to a beautiful woman and you know how to flirt, so sky's the limit right now. So, tip number 2 in following this is all about knowing how to tease her in the moment. This is something that works very well, but you have to know exactly how to do this. A lot of guys make a mistake of thinking that teasing means saying a bunch of negative things to a girl to make her feel bad about herself, putting her down, where there is a subtle psychological element at playing and teasing that makes a woman subconsciously want to prove you wrong and subsequently gain your validation. The goal here is not to neg, aka saying negative things to her that put her down. Basically, teasing is about being playful with your banter and poking fun, and doing it all with a smile and a smirk and a good tone of voice. You have to have fun, and she has to have fun. So say you're talking about how you both like hiking or bike riding. You can say something like, so you think you can keep up with me? Or if you're talking about a quirky hobby you can be like, oh yeah, you had a lot of friends in high school, huh? Just remember that your comments shouldn't hit too close to home. In other words, if what you say is going to actually hurt her feelings because it's a touchy subject, it's better not to say it. But if you can tell that you're developing a good sense of banter with her and making her laugh, you're on the right track. For example, there's a difference between saying you had a lot of friends in high school, huh? And now I see why the other girls bullied you. You see the difference? Just be lighthearted and playful. Don't do little digs, because here's the thing. You want to tease a beautiful woman because most of the guys that talk to her are going to just be showering her in compliments. They're basically just going to be begging for her attention, but not you. If you can tease her, you can communicate to her that you don't need her and you aren't trying to impress anyone. You're simply just trying to have fun. This instantly sets you apart from the rest, and like I said, creates a dynamic where it's not so much you who's trying to impress her. It's going to be her that will start to feel a subconscious desire to impress you. Plus, if you can pair this with confidence and charisma, you're going to be attracting women like moths to a flame. That said, don't tease her too much. You can mess with her from time to time, but if you overdo it, or if all you do is mess with her, you're not going to leave room for other elements of attraction. So this should be completed by tip 3, which is insinuating that she's the one that wants you instead of the other way around. This works like a charm. Again, this has to be done lightheartedly, guys. You have to be playful with this. One of the best ways to flirt with a girl is to insinuate that she's the one who wants you, that you're the prize here, and you can see that she's super interested. You can say something like, I'd be happy to grab a drink as long as you keep your hands to yourself. Again, make sure you're smiling as you say things like this. If you say it with a straight face, super seriously, she's going to be like, what is this guy's problem? There's a difference between saying that with a straight face and being playful about it. Remember, you want to incorporate the element of fun and teasing into these as well. You could also say something like, you think I don't see you checking me out? Or if you're texting, you could say something, I have to say, I'm flattered. And she'll ask you why, to which you reply, don't think I haven't noticed you checking me out. You can even throw a winky face in there for a good measure. And she has to be at an element where she is invested in you for you to send her a text like this. And she's initiating as well. And by the way, guys, underestimate the power of a wink, okay, in real life. Don't hesitate to wink at her. Say when you're leaving the table to grab the rounds of drinks. Just don't do it too much, or just she'll think you'll have something wrong with your eye. Now, when it comes to insinuating that she's the one chasing you, it's a great move because it puts the idea in her head. Maybe she wasn't interested yet, but now that you've said that, you've put the thought in her mind. And if she has that thought in her mind, she will inevitably start to view you through a different lens. All right, so tip number 4 is to add some suspense. One of the most successful techniques that guys can use to get a woman hooked is to keep her on her toes. So if you have started talking with this woman and it's not just the first time you meet her, I want you to pay close attention. This is called push and pull technique, and it basically consists of showing her that you're interested and then pulling back and then showing her that you're interested. So basically the negative is a sandwich between two positives. So you're going to want to start with a compliment or something positive, like, you look gorgeous, and go in for a hug. Then quickly release saying, oh, okay, easy tiger, and then give her a wink. Basically, throw in something that catches her off guard so she doesn't think she's totally has you just yet. It's just about pushing and pulling, and it really works because it keeps her on their toes, and it's fun, light, playful, physical banter as much as verbal. She doesn't know what to expect, because the thing is that if things are super predictable and between the both of you, it makes it hard to create a flirtatious dynamic. It makes it hard for things to feel exciting. And that is especially why this is so effective, because flirting is you're giving a woman an experience. And when we give a woman experience, they remember us. think about your own life, things in life, when you have an experience, you remember it, right? It's just human behavior, human dynamics, and psychology all in hand. So now, last but not least, let's go into tip number 5, which is physical touch. If you want to crave a flirtatious vibe with the woman you're talking to, you can't overlook the importance of touch. Touch is so powerful that even if she isn't picking up on the fact that you're flirting with her, if you touch her hand, for example, she'll immediately understand. In other words, touch is a nonverbal form of flirtation, and it can do a lot for you very quickly. Again, it has to be done tastefully though. You can't just be grabbing her and making her feel weird all of a sudden in the first 30 seconds without her knowing you, or a minute, or even the first 10 minutes sometimes, if you haven't warmed her up to you. Just keep it minimal. A touch on her hand for a second, a touch on her arm, a lingering hug, moving her hair out of her face if you've already met her a few times, guys. Keep it fleeting so that she notices, but then you can give her a chance to wonder if it's meant something. If you stay in contact for too long, it becomes too obvious or even awkward. Unless you've gotten to that stage where the both of you are touching for a minimal amount of time and you've gotten to the seduction stage. Also, make sure you're paying attention to her reactions. If you touch her and she pulls away, definitely do not continue. But if it makes her smile, you know that you can do it again later, and she responds to it by touching you back. So your touch should be light and playful in the beginning. An example of this is when you're teasing her and you can put your arm around her or squeeze her shoulder like she's your buddy or an annoying little sister. Remember, keep it fun. By doing this, you're communicating to her that you're interested, and by keeping it playful, you're not being creepy. All right, guys, there you have it, 5 ways to flirt with a gorgeous girl. But before I go on and continue in this video, I want you to know that I have a program designed for you where I give you all the levels of flirting when you want to get into that seduction stage and how to get there as well. From the minimal flirting on the first approach and first dates to getting her at home or being into a relationship and keeping things fun, which I like to call the cold, warm, and hot stages of flirting. It's called my How to Flirt program, and I'm going to link it right there below for you to download so you can really better master your skills, just like so many men have taken this program. So the 5 ways to flirt with a gorgeous woman or a gorgeous girl, to recap in this video, is confident body language, tease her and insinuate that she's the one that's into you, create some suspense and physical touch. And if you like this video, I want to make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if this is your first time watching. As always, I want you to be the gatekeeper to the women that you want in your life. I want you to be the gatekeeper to your confidence, and I want you to be the gatekeeper to mastering your flirting skills. So go ahead and do so. If you want to stay on this channel a little bit longer and watch another video, I have this next video right over here for you. It's called 7 Sexiest Things That Men Do in Bed That Women Find Attractive. So that's a good video to watch, because if you're in that seduction stage, this is a one that you don't want to miss. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.